Welcome back to another episode of Can Blue, a hockey podcast covering the New York Rangers and the Montreal Canadiens. You know us now at this point.
I think so, yeah.
Let's just get right into it. There's a lot going on around the league. A lot of good, I think, happening on both ends of our teams that we'll jump right into. I like to start with the NHL. One of the biggest names that has been thrown around these days, Quinn Hughes. Just for the fact that Vancouver is bad and it's poorly run, and it seems like he hates it there. And it seems like a Devils reunion with his brothers is imminent.
Dude, I gotta say though, I like Vancouver, and it sucks to see them just like, thank you. Like they had the past 5 years, they had good runs. Like really good runs where they were dominant.
Fun. Yeah, they were fun and good in the
fun.
playoffs. And they had Thatcher Demko, you'd think was like the future of American goaltending. And
what was the turning point? Was it JT?
Well, the JT and Elias Pettersson thing, I think, just not to put it all on Elias. I don't really like watch them that closely, but I know you had him on your fantasy team for a while, and he was a 40 goal scorer. He had
100 points a year.
He hasn't gotten close to 100 points since, has he? So like that's a big one. Their leading scorer right now is, I think, Kiefer Sherwood, and he's a big.
Really?
I think so. He was a big trade target as well on the board from what I've seen, and I think he is looking to be moved. At least he was the leading scorer at one point. I think since the trading rumors have gone around with him, it's kind of, I think the scoring production has backed off a bit. But bringing it back to Quinn Hughes, like I think it's kind of going to be a similar thing to the Tkachuk saga in Calgary, because it's an American guy. Both his brothers play on the Devils, and it just seems like there's a connection there. I know one of our Flyers friends thinks he's going to the Flyers because of Tocchet. He wants to follow Tocchet, but I don't.
Interesting.
I see. I'd
way, rather that than the Devils.
I guess I would too, but either way, that's in division for me. I'd rather him like go to somewhere. Even if it's
Anaheim.
Midwest. Yeah, Anaheim, God.
But then Anaheim is going to be so good.
I do have some points on Anaheim, but just to wrap up the Quinn Hughes thing, he released a statement or said something in the press that was like talking about how him and his agent might have reached out to Fitzgerald, the GM of the Devils, and someone made a good point, like he's already calling the GM of the Devils by a nickname. That's like seems pretty comfortable with him. Like it almost to me seems like a foregone thing. So I hope it doesn't happen. It would definitely help the Devils, but which by the way, I think they're on like an 0-5 skid right now. It's good to see on my end.
Jack is still out.
Yeah, Jack's still out with that hand injury. So interesting thing going around. You brought up the Ducks. There was a massive Trouba hit, the classic on Ryan Leonard.
Oh, Leonard. Oh, yeah, and Leonard's out.
Yeah. I think he was banged up a bit before that, and then after that hit, it
was a hit from behind or
no,
board?
it was I think behind the net. I think it was behind their net, so that's why Trouba was so deep. And Trouba's a bigger guy. I don't think it was like a targeted attack on a young, more inexperienced player, but it's just the classic Trouba. I'm gonna go through you. Already committed to the hit. It's not gonna pull up, and it ended up hitting him in the head, and he's out. So it sucks for a young player. It's a classic, like I said, Trouba move. It was interesting to see Tom Wilson say something about it.
He didn't get punished for that, though.
I don't think so, no. And Tom Wilson afterwards was like, oh, yeah, I know exactly. Like, he was complaining about it, and it's like, dude, Tom, you are the guy
that does this constantly.
You can't, don't complain if it's literally your game.
But wouldn't you say that it takes one to know one, so he knows it?
I guess, maybe, but I don't know. Having Trouba on my team for so long, I feel like it's never like poorly intentioned, his hits. It's always just like that's the way he plays. Whereas playing against Tom Wilson, I feel like it's always poor intentioned.
Right.
So that's another segue into the Tom Wilson conversation, because the Olympic rosters are being finalized.
Dude, he's killing it.
Out. So the idea right now. Yeah. The idea right now is there are maybe 3 spots left for Canadian players. Like a lot of the other spots are probably taken up. It's not been released, but that's the idea. And there's a debate on it could come down to, do you take Tom Wilson or do you take Connor Bedard? That's what's going on right now. And another name to throw in to bring in your boy Suzuki. Do you bring Suzuki, Bedard?
I just can't see how
Wilson.
people don't see that. Like, Suzuki is okay. He's not exactly, but like he is a Patrice Bergeron type of player where he's defensively sound, plays a full game, not only scores, passes, but like defensively is the one of the best on our is the best on our team. But like without Suze,
Yeah,
he's carried us in the like from dirt to where we are today. Like he's been there through thick and thin. He has the second most Iron Man streak in the league. He hasn't missed a game in like almost 500 games.
do you think he's suited
Like,
to play third or fourth line minutes? Though?
yes, on the Olympic team. Yeah. It's the Olympics. Like it doesn't matter if you're on the first or fourth. You're gonna contribute, and I don't see how he's not a lock in. Like again, it's political because he made a comment after like not
Four Nations
from the Four Nations or something like that. So it's politics, it's who's liked or and there's a balance also between the old and the new, and there's a lot of new folk, new players, while the old remain. So it is a balance, but I don't know. To me, obviously I'm biased, but like it is a lock. Like Suzuki should be a lock. If you want to be good defensively or add just like that defensive edge and a 200-foot player, you add Suzuki to the roster. So I don't know when are things are going to be like solidified.
I would think, well, if it's in February, I would think around the Christmas or Winter Classic timeline.
So we should know
next
within a month.
Yeah,
basically.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I kind of agree with you on the Suzuki thing. I don't know. I'm trying to go through like what other center would be taken. Obviously, you have Crosby and McDavid.
Yeah. I mean, I could see how if they go Tom Wilson, it's only in response if like the U.S. were to go physical,
which they are. And
so
the problem with that is that scoots Cole Caulfield probably out of the lineup.
Yeah.
Which I disagree with. I know they're trying to put together a team, and you want guys that can play different roles. And like Mike Sullivan, coach of the Olympic team, said, and the Rangers obviously said, like, it's about what happens when you're down one, and you like who's that first guy you want to be sending out there, and then what happens if that guy gets hurt? Who's the second guy? So like getting the role players, or like you have the goalie pulled. How do you like what is the player that you look to in that, or even a line that you look to in that situation? Or, any situation that might arise. And he cited Canada specifically. Like, when you're playing them, that's the team to beat, it seems.
Caulfield, they don't call him Clutch Caulfield for nothing. He scored, like, within the remaining minutes and seconds of a game at least 3 times this season. He scored an OT.
I know. It's just, it's troubling because, like, they didn't have Kyle Connors dressed in the Four Nations final game. So, like, that's a score as well. It's interesting.
And that is Kyle Connor, yeah. Yep. I mean, they might have messed up there. Like,
yeah, I agree.
But
I agree.
I mean, we'll see. I do really want to see the solidified lineup because then we can stop talking about it and just accept it.
Well, no. We will talk about it even more. It'd be like,
we'll talk about it even more.
They got snubbed. Yeah. Okay, last one. I think the biggest other trade rumor I've really heard, and I thought it was about to get done this week, was Jari to Edmonton.
So you're trading a Swiss cheese for another Swiss cheese.
Yeah. I don't think it helps them, but like Jari's played better this year for the Penguins, and the Penguins don't really have. I think they're sniffing around, but they don't really have much hopes to go.
Would they trade Skinner?
They'd have to trade either Skinner or Picard, probably, right? And I don't know. Would you want Skinner on your roster?
Dude, no one wants Skinner. No one wants Skinner or Monty right now. That's for sure.
Oh, yeah. Monty's been tough. We can get into that.
It's just, I mean, you can't lose if you're Edmonton. If you get Jari, you can't get any worse than it is right now. So, be worth a move.
I guess so. The glove really worries me on Jari. Like, it's just not NHL caliber, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's
always picked on. Every game, if you watch a game and they're like, it's just always, that's
always
where they're
on,
shooting.
yeah.
That's where they're shooting. Players know they can score there. So, okay. All right, let's get into our teams. Rangers, I have to apologize to Rangers fans. I totally dropped the ball last week. It happened recently, so it was kind of not front of my mind, and I thought it wasn't as big of a deal as it was. Adam Fox has been placed on a long-term injured reserve. Came out this week that I think it's a separated shoulder, which is better than something broken or that would require more time. To be on long-term IR, you have to be out for a couple weeks, so he's definitely going to be out. I think the expectation is he's kind of more week to week, which means about a month until he can actually be reevaluated. It's good. It's not his head. I think the best part about his game is his IQ. So like if he took a pretty bad concussion, that could
Lowers
scramble
IQ
that could scramble
points.
some things. So if it's a shoulder, you hope. I know he has Olympic aspirations. It'd be nice to have him there against the Panthers at the Winter Classic. I'm sure for like jersey sales and ticket sales that would help, especially because the Florida Panthers don't have Barkov and a couple of their other players. But
If
I don't
Adam
I don't think
Fox
they're
were
gonna
to be
rush.
out, I
Yeah.
don't think is the case. Who would replace him
What do you mean? At the Olympics?
at the Olympics?
Well, at the beginning of the year, it was so dumb. Like everyone was saying, I don't know, Adam Fox really gonna have to prove it this year that he's capable of making the team because
Yeah.
because last year and in the Four Nations, he just didn't have a great year. I think he was probably injured on his leg, but this year he's been a top 5 defensive and offensive defenseman. So I think it would have been a lock. I still think it's a lock. He has 3 months really to get in that back in the lineup and just like solidify that spot on the Olympic roster. Who would take over from him? It goes to the role conversation. Like I think McAvoy's back, right? He was hurt for a bit. You have Werenski, Slavin, McAvoy. Trying to think who else was in the
Hughes.
right. Of course, Quinn Hughes. Like they think. I mean, I just don't see the Luke Hughes. I don't see the Luke Hughes hype still. He's not doing anything to help the Devils win games right now. I think Dougie Hamilton as well. Is he a Canadian or is he a?
I thought he was Canadian.
US? Either way, I mean, just to go back to the Devils and their decor, it's not looking good for them. So I don't really see anyone taking his spot. Like they could obviously. Oh, Sanderson was a guy last year, but
he might be a lock.
He could be a lock. That's fine. I mean, there's enough
so
spots.
good.
I just don't think I don't think anyone is gonna take it from Fox the way he's been playing this year. So hopefully he gets back and is good. The other, I mean, there's been a couple just within the week call ups and send downs. Like Othman came up but didn't play. They sent him down. They called up someone else. I don't even know. I think Connor Mackey was up for a bit, but it's kind of been the same lineup as
Who
far
played
as
in for Fox.
Scott Morrow's been up and
Scott
playing,
Morrow,
but he's not like taking over for that number 1 position. It's kind of just been a shift up where Morrow takes that last spot and then everyone else gets bumped up. And I'm seeing a lot of fans say like, why isn't Morrow your power play quarterback? Like that's what his skill set is. He's kind of like a Foxy type of player. But the biggest thing is like the speed for him right now. He can play well he played great at the NCAA level. It's a lot slower, and he was playing decent at the AHL level. Again, a lot slower. He doesn't have that intuition and like ability yet at the NHL speed. So I think taking him from where he's like kind of a taxi squad guy, like back and forth, to just putting him on the top unit and the top power play that's not good for his development because there's a lot of pressure on him there. So I like what they're doing where they're actually running 5 forwards on the power play. They haven't done that in a while. Just because you have Fox, why wouldn't you use him? So the power play has been Cooley, Trocheck, Miller, Panarin, and Zibanejad. Notably, Lafreniere not on the power play. Because maybe he's been their 6th most effective forward, but like that automatically gets.
He goes up and down a lot.
Yeah, but then the lineup that's honestly been working because the week the Rangers have had this week against the Dallas Stars, who are the number 2 team in the league, the Senators, who are like somewhere around the middle, and the Avalanche, which I would say is the best team in the league with 2 regulation losses. They walk away 2-0-1. No regulation losses. They played 2 games at home and didn't get a regulation loss, which is great. Because as we know, the home struggles have continued. But the lineup for that, just to go into that really quick, it's been Trocheck and Miller with one of either Connor Sherry or Brodzinski on your top wing line. Again, there's something to be desired there. It hasn't looked horrible, but you could use some more offensive jump, and that's where I think eventually it'll be good for, I guess Perreault to come back up and take that spot. And then the second line has been Zibanejad, Panarin, and Lafreniere, and I think that has been driving a lot of offense and it's been looking good. Which is funny because that bumps Cooley down to the third, but I think what they really like is the Laba and Cooley pairing has been driving, and then it's kind of just whoever isn't on that top line out of Sherry and Brodzinski has been joining that line. And they are like the classic Mike Sullivan style of like straight line hockey, go in, get after puck, bang some bodies, get on the forecheck. So it's doing well. So I think that's why they want to keep Cooley there. And honestly, if you can, Cooley is a great third line guy. Like he can obviously play up and down the lineup, but if you have him on the third, you're going to be a better team. And then fourth line's been kind of the same with Edstrom, Carrick, and Radish. And I think there's no complaints there. They're just same thing, kind of gritty, strong enough, and good. Like defensively
that's always your
responsible.
Gritty line, yeah.
But then you have Gavrikov, who again is just can't say enough good things about this guy. He's like such a defensive stalwart and
putting up goals, dude.
Yeah, and putting up goals, which is not what you really got him for. But in the absence of Adam Fox, it's nice to see. You have Schneider playing up with him. You keep the Borgen and Soucy pairing together. Then you have Robertson and Morrow kind of working it. So it's good. It's working, obviously. So the biggest thing, and JT Miller mentioned it, is like, let's, we get this momentum. We've had a couple streaks here where we'll win. And then, in the last couple years, we would lose it or we'd run out of steam. And then all of a sudden it's a tailspin. Let's keep driving and grinding and doing what we need to do and keep producing wins. And I think this is the second week in a row where I come on and say, listen, they're getting wins. Like maybe they don't go perfect for the week, but they have, I think they're 7 out of their last 8 or something. Maybe 7 out of the last 9.
That's dang good.
That is good.
That's playoff.
Let's keep it going.
That's playoff worthy.
Yeah.
If they keep it up.
The power play has been not terrific with Fox gone. The forwards are still kind of figuring out. They have Panarin up at the top. They're kind of like driving things, and that is stemming some conversation about can the Rangers go out and get a guy to kind of replace Fox, because it's glaringly obvious now that if Fox is down or out or like can't play for some reason, they don't trust another defenseman to have that spot. So it would be nice to add to the defensive core that way. And so a name that's coming up is Eric Gustafsson, who used to be on the team under the Laviolette first year. And he played great.
We had him. We had a Gustafsson too.
You might have had him.
Yeah,
actually.
yeah.
But he went to the Red Wings. We traded him, and then now I think he's just playing in the AHL. So if you can get something for him,
you got to get a somewhat NHL caliber guy.
He was great. Like as far as like how he outplayed what his expectations were when he was here. So if you can get him for somewhat on the low, since he's not even in an NHL lineup right now, it could be nice, and that could help your overall defensive like scheme and players. I think that does probably bump one of Robertson or Morrow down. I would think Morrow, just because he's just not ready yet. He needs that additional time. But if we go into just some of the games, the other guy that's kind of producing points and points off the rush as well is Carson Soucy, which you do not expect from that guy, especially. Like Gavrikov, okay, he's going to luck into a couple. He's just on the top line. He's with those offensive drivers. But Soucy, especially last year, he looked like he was slow and like injured or couldn't play. And now he's like, him and Borgen are, again, one of the best defensive pairings. And it's just so nice to come on here, because I remember last year talking about this, like how horrible the defensive zone and the defensive 5-on-5 structure is. And now it's just like
it's
night
formulating.
And day. Thank
formulating.
goodness. So just a couple of the goals. Yeah, we talked about these defensemen producing. Obviously, Gavrikov had that awesome OT winner against Dallas. Coming from behind and then winning at home in overtime against the second best team in the league is something this team has not done since like 2022, when they were just doing it constantly. And that might be an exaggeration, but I know it's been like last year. I don't think they had.
It's rare. It was rare.
I don't think they had. They used to be the best comeback team in the league a couple years ago, and last year they were the worst, and I don't think they had even one. So this was a classic. I feel like every time I think about a Stars game, it brings back the Stars game where Lindgren scored like at the end of the, I guess like with a second left, and then sent it to overtime and then did. So there's a little bit of that going on. Pull the goalie. Will Cooley scores. And then in the 3-on-3, Gavrikov's out there because he's trustworthy and he has a sick backhand off a rebound. So that's a game that you walk away super happy about.
It's Dallas. I mean,
at home too. Which
those
is
guys are
hard to
always
win.
intimidate me when we play against them. I'm always unsure. I'm actually more sure that we're gonna lose to them more often than not because they're a big, physical, and very talented team. They got really huge depth. I think.
Yes, agreed.
And they're the team that comes to mind where I think when someone says drafting well. I think Dallas is
they had
immediately.
Johnston for a while, right? They drafted Stankoven and then they traded him for a big piece.
Got Robertson, drafted Robertson,
Mm-hmm.
Heiskanen.
Yep.
Harley. Yeah, Harley drafted.
Awesome.
When I think about a good drafting team, Dallas has been one of them.
Yeah, definitely. So that's another, and bringing up Jason Robertson, that's a guy that the Rangers are looking at for sure. I know last time he signed a shorter term contract because he wasn't sure if he wanted to stay.
What is his? Do you know?
I think it's between 8 and 10 million for 4 years, and he might have an extra year on there. But
he's
basically, the conversation is what do you do with Panarin? He's been producing now, which is great, but he's coming off. This is his final year. If you don't re-sign him, he said even he might just go back to Russia if
really?
He doesn't want to play anywhere. Maybe he gets a better, maybe he gets or takes a more friendly deal because I don't think the Rangers want to pay him 10 or 11. But if he's gone, you let him walk or you trade him or whatever. You need to fill in that spot. I've talked about before Alex Tuck or someone from the Sabres, but I think it'd be tough. The Sabres don't like doing business with the Rangers because of just, I don't know. They
right.
beef basically.
Yeah, that billboard.
One of the one of the guys that they've been in conversation with is the Jason Robertson camp. So I don't know if the Dallas would even want to get rid of him. Probably not.
It's a tough one.
They have a lot of guys under contract though, and a lot of high salary, high contract players. So
the thing is, they're in such a good position. You wouldn't want to.
True, but if he needs if he wants a raise, and the Stars can't give it to him,
maybe at the end of the year.
Yeah,
I could see that.
Could be in the offseason.
If they completely blow it
that's
in
a
the
game
playoffs.
changer though.
It is.
If he comes to that's the scoring winger they have needed forever. So on to the next game against the Senators. Senators never really scare me when we play them.
Yeah, I couldn't say the same for us this week. But
so we both played them. We took the win there. I felt like we kind of were all
in
over
Ottawa
from the start. Yeah, in Ottawa.
Okay.
Zibanejad, Gavrikov again scores. Panarin scores, and then Borgen gets on the score sheet. So it just, and they had their backup goalie in as well. It just didn't feel like a game. Of course, what I will bring up is Tim Stützle. I think we talked about him before. This guy is falling all over the ice.
He's a diver.
Stop. And he's just
he's a great
looking
actor.
he's looking for
Has
the
he ever been
call
called
every
on it?
time. Yes, yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I think he must lead. There's a guy who's tracks
divers.
who dives. Yeah, and I think he's one of the leaders. It's crazy. So he there was one. He had a breakaway. He takes a shot from one leg, falls,
and goes
straight into Shesterkin. It was just dude, so annoying. But we took care of business.
That's
there.
Kreider level of
yeah. He didn't get tripped.
bamboozle.
He got tripped though. So we take care of business there. Shot totals are better this week. Again, that's something we've talked about where they're just getting outshot 30-15. This one was 28-27, and the Tuesday game, Rangers actually outshot the Stars 40-25. So that's super. And then finally, I'm going to wrap up because we're recording this on Sunday. Rangers and Habs both play tonight. Rangers against the Golden Knights at home.
And St. Louis at home for us.
Habs against the Blues. But we also both played yesterday, so it's back-to-back. Rangers played the Avalanche, best team in the league, and stuck with them, played a really hard, grindy game. I'd say they missed a couple chances, and they need a guy to step up or another scorer, but to stay with the team that good and take them to overtime, get the much-needed point in this so close Eastern Conference is huge, and you walk away feeling pretty good about that.
The Avs are so good. They're they might win. If I were to bet my money,
they're the favorite.
I think they're definitely gonna.
They got to be the favorite. Yeah,
they're definitely the favorite. And I think they would go all the way compared to other teams, just because Dallas always falls short to me.
I agree.
They're always Western Conference final, and then they always blow it. So
I agree.
but yeah, continue.
Just to finish it out, they took it 2-2 into overtime. Connor Sherry gets his first goal. Finally, this guy's like all around the puck usually, and finally gets one in. That's good for him.
Yeah, I think Gallagher's still trying to find his first.
Really?
I lost track at this point, but I think he's still trying to get his first.
That's crazy. The other thing, which is good and a good sign, Panarin scores with our goalie pulled again. So comeback
to tie it.
Yeah, to tie it up in the
Very
third,
nice.
19-18 through the third period. So, under a minute left to play. Rangers are having that success, and some of that mojo of comeback ability is coming back, which is nice.
You need that momentum,
yeah.
honestly.
I think that's all I got, honestly. So it was a good week.
Just another solid week for the Rangers.
Hoping they continue this
even
momentum
with Fox
against
out.
the Knights. Yeah, well, that's the biggest thing. Playing and getting these wins with Fox out is huge because, it could have derailed the season.
The Knights are actually pretty mid this year.
The Knights are good, no?
I mean, they're always considered. They're in a playoff spot, but not high.
They're second in the Pacific behind the Ducks, which is crazy.
Were they second?
That's crazy.
When we beat them a couple weeks ago, I saw them. They were in the middle of the pack in the league, so I was like, oh, that's surprising.
I mean, they are Knights have 34 points.
The Ducks,
so they're right around us. That's another
Beckett
thing.
Seneke is the leader in rookies right now.
That's crazy.
And
in points?
22, 23.
In points, he's the leader?
Yeah. He's above Schaefer, so it's like Seneke, Schaefer, Demidov.
Schaefer's still nasty though.
Yeah, it's a
good race.
Everyone was thinking Demidov, but I'm like, wait a minute. Yeah. Let's just see, because there's a lot of rookies, and you're seeing right now, the rookie class is pretty insane.
Mm-hmm.
And Leonard was part of that group, but unfortunately now injured. So that kind of may ruin his run a bit, depending on how long he's out.
Definitely could. Okay, let's go on to the Habs.
Habs first game. Sens. I was telling you this is probably one of the worst games this year, next to the LA game. We score.
Who's in net?
We got Monty. Yeah, that's an important detail because
poor guy.
Yeah, just another poor performance. But I will say, a lot of it was the team's defense, and I've been harping on the defense recently just because they let guys in high danger areas near the slot so easily. So in this game in particular, the Sens were taking advantage of just getting the shots on close and basically bullying, getting through our easy defense in front. We don't push out guys anymore. We're missing a sort of Savard type person that's willing to get down and dirty and and do the dirty jobs of clearing out in front.
Isn't that Gooley's job or Strubal's job?
Yeah, no, the thing is, Strubel is a little more his size is he's built, but he's not. I don't know. He doesn't have that rough grit.
But it was Gooley then?
Gooley usually has been doing it.
Out.
He's been out. Yeah. I don't know when he's coming back. It's I think another month. But he had surgery basically. But yeah, teams are just taking advantage of going in front and getting in, just easily past their defense. They're not really taking outside perimeter shots. They're just kind of going into the slot area, and this game really showed just how poorly our defense is keeping players out of that area. Not that Monty showed up, but still it's half. I view it. But we score on power play. I think it's Slavkovsky, and then pretty much immediately afterwards, Zetterlund scores somehow. And it's if they score from up top, we screen our own goalie. So it's
well, Monty's got to fight to see through the screen.
He's got to fight to see it still, yeah. And he goes down way too easily. He's just guessing. It's a guessing game for him. Regardless, keeps going. The Sens are just utterly dominating possession and shots on us. I forget who scores the second. I think Nick Suzuki scores in a power play. But other than that, we lose 5-2. Just Kachuk gets his first goal off a turnover. There's a lot of turnovers, just bad play overall. It was a very discouraging game. And against a rival at that, a division rival. the Sens at home, and we're at home. I don't know. We got to lock those down. And yeah, Monty didn't give us a chance, but our defense really made me start thinking like, okay, how do we solve this? Like, maybe should we trade for someone? Is there any available defenseman? Probably not. I mean, they're probably hard to come by, sort of a defensive defenseman type. But that's what we're missing, some sort of D-man that's like really shut down. Like,
go get Ryan Lindgren.
I don't think he's a shutdown. Is he a shutdown kind of guy?
He's a gritty.
He's gritty,
he'll
but
get in the play.
Yeah, I
Battle.
mean,
Well, he's a battler.
Again, our blue line is pretty young. Like, our oldest player is Matheson, 27, 28 or something.
Yeah.
And then you get Dobson, Struble, Hudson, Jackeye, Carrier. Carrier had a rough game this game as well. It's still, I feel like at this point in time, I know the goalie situation is what it is, but I think the solution is Fowler in the future, and I'm sure many Habs fans think that. So like, it's kind of secure in that way. Ride Dobish and Monty Monty every once in a while when Dobish isn't performing or needs the help. But defensive wise, I still not sure about Reinbacher in the pipeline. He gets injured a lot.
Yeah, forgot about that.
His speed needs to keep up, I think, a bit more at the NHL level. And yeah, I'd like to see again, every team wants one, but like just like a big defenseman
like
guy.
Gavrikov
Yeah,
or
like,
Borgen.
That is a good acquisition. Like, Gavrikov on the team would be so good for us. Like, so that was a good acquisition.
Gotta go find one.
So
what do you give up for that though? Probably something big.
Yeah, I was thinking like it has to be like a player and maybe even 2 prospects and a first round pick or 2. Like, that's a bit too much, but like, I don't know, we're in a weird zone of like, have we really rebuilt, or are we still figuring it out and we need to add
you definitely
more
have to add
young
at the
players?
Deadline, but it's like, I think you're at the point. I wouldn't add more young players. I think this is where you have to turn the page and be like, all right, let's start getting those guys who've been there, done that, or at least like had lengthy playoff.
I just viewed the Dobson trade as a signal that we're done going for draft picks.
Yeah,
like high draft picks, meaning like
you
5.
Should be. You guys had
5 to 6. Like,
yeah, you should be. This
like,
is the point of the rebuild, that it's like, this is where it's changing. You made the playoffs last year. You didn't win a round. This year, go out and win that round.
Right.
I think that should be the goal, honestly. And then
some Habs fans, including my brother, think that we weren't expected to make the playoffs. Like, that's
last year. Yeah, it was a little.
No,
like,
this year. Like, this year,
No,
we're still like a fringe team to make the playoffs, essentially.
You guys should be like a lock wild card team, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, if you look, and the East is so close that like anything could happen at this point. But
for us, I expected us to be a very competitive team for a playoff spot.
It's hard for me to like think that you're taking a step back from last year.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like,
right.
And I feel like for every team, once you set what this year is, next year should be a little bit better, because that's how like progression should work. But it doesn't always.
It's just that I don't want to be a team like potentially Columbus, where they do make the playoffs sometimes, but then other years they don't. You know, so then it's just flip flop instead of being the team we were 10 years ago, which was like, yeah, we're probably gonna make the playoffs. You know, no doubt about that. And I get why people think rebuild mode still, because like, 1, we're really young, and 2, there's still some missing pieces. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, the other 2 games went really well. Both ended in the shootout. We played Winnipeg 2-2. We won in the shootout 3-2. Very solid performance by Dobish and the other goalie, Eric Comrie. And I'm like, where did this guy come from? Is he the backup or the third string?
He's the backup.
He's the first backup.
Yes, he's been the backup there for a while. I think he has a.
Is Hellebuck injured or no?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so he's starting.
Comrie's been holding it down.
Like, he's really good, and like, we shot over, I think, close to 30. We were neck and neck in shots with Winnipeg this game. Caulfield keeping up a point streak. He got his 9th consecutive point in 9 games, and in the Toronto game 10. So he has the highest consecutive point streak in the league so far. Right now.
Yeah.
At this point in time. I'm blanking on scoring. Oh yeah, Slavkovsky scores again on a power play. He's been killing it. Our power play took a dip in last month, but now it's back up. We're killing it.
Trust the process.
More.
Marty's got it going.
Marty's got it going. Top line, of course, or top power play, of course, is the same old Zeus, Slav, Caulfield, Hudson, Demidov. I think the biggest change this game was we actually have Texier on the second line with Kapanen and Demi.
The pickup.
And then Balduke goes to the fourth line with like Veleno and Jared Davidson and or whoever slots in with Jared Davidson. We sent down Florian and Engstrom. So it's I mean I'm still unsure about it. I mean Tex has been playing a good defensive game and hasn't been much of a liability, whereas maybe Balduke sometimes has like some plays where you just kind of question like, yo, what are you doing? But I don't think Balduke should be on the fourth. I really don't think that. Like, why can't we try him on the second with Cap and Demi? I think he's got some grit. Maybe less speed.
Is it a clear demotion, or is it like we're going to try to find you a better role?
I don't even know. I don't know. Because Marty has been really, like, out of all the players on the squad, he's moved Balduke the most between each line. I don't know if it's like he sees him sort of like as a renaissance player where he could do multiple things and like he could be slotted anywhere, or it is like a demotion thing or something that's not working when he's on the first or second line. So it is curious because last week he had 2 multi-point games, like with 3 points. Like
on what line?
On the first. So why can't we see that potentially on the second?
Yeah.
I mean, and I guess Texier, he's not putting up points, but playing just pretty well. But yeah, I'd like to see Balduke on the second eventually. Hopefully sometime. But yeah, Slav scores and then off a nice pass from Demi to Cap in the slot, goes top corner to tie it because we were down 2-1. And it goes to OT. Nothing much happened. Actually, that was a crazy OT. There was just like back and forth, a lot of chances on both sides, and just like odd man rushes, but both goalies kind of keeping it cool for both teams. And we go to shootout. Caulfield scores, and I'm pretty sure he was the only one that scored for us, and then we just won.
I remember Dobish's celly was sweet.
Yeah,
he was pumped.
yeah, he was so pumped.
Yeah.
Texier was the second one to score. To go for the shootout. He missed or he got saved. I'm pretty sure Caulfield was the only one that scored. And yeah, we win 3-2. Winnipeg, really good team too, but I know that they've been having a lot of struggle recently. So I'm glad we took advantage of that.
Yep, 2 points.
2 points is 2 points. And then Toronto game.
First time winning in Toronto in a while.
That's what I was literally going to say. Yeah. I saw a stat. We've lost 11 at Scotiabank Arena. The last 11 we played them, we've lost, and that's insane. I was like, that's like what? That expands over 2 years.
Yeah.
Like
must.
Yeah. And we lost the home opener
3 years maybe.
This year to them at Scotiabank. So yeah, it was super surprising. And it was a low scoring game. We get they say it was a soft penalty, but we got like Lorentz or something tripped up someone, but it wasn't really a trip. It was a weak call, and we score off that. Caulfield for his 15th of the year.
Nice.
Off a demi pass that hits Slav's stick and kind of goes through him, and Caulfield's there in the corner, taps it in.
Against Hildeby, right?
Hildeby, but he played so well too. Like Eric Comrie, we shot over 30 on Hildeby. made some key saves. For example, Balduke had a breakaway, and I'm like, and just hits the glove, and pretty nice save. Anyway, Toronto gets another week one back, so that's fine. But then we get a good week one to make it 4-on-4, and to be fair, it does seem a little bit of a dive from Matheson. I think Tavares cross-checked him in the back while he was in front of the goalie and kind of went forward pretty easily, but it's fine. Like, hopefully he doesn't make a habit of that, but eventually we get down on actually no, we get up for a power play, and Toronto scores shorthanded off, funnily enough, Kapanen turnover in their own zone. Like, it was just a bad pass, and that's rare for Kapanen. But he's young. You make mistakes like that. It happens. It goes to shootout. OT was pretty much one-sided. Toronto had most of the possession. At one point there was a 3-on-1 against us, and Domi just like kind of biffed it, like a biffed a pass, and it went the other side. So I thought we were going to lose an OT in that moment, but and also Dobish had just an amazing save in regulation against Dakota Joshua, just off the mask, like left to right, just nice sliding, and just like hits his mask. But that could have been 2-1. So he kept us in. Like, Dobish has been he's been really good. I know I harp on him a bit.
Something? Like, you gotta
10-3-2, yeah. I've been harping on him just because like he does get emotional, and the games he does lose seems to be like significant, like in terms of high scoring. But let's ride him. He's clearly won the starting job.
Yeah,
there's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
But it goes to shootout again. Caulfield again scores 2 in a row. Two in a row, meaning the shootout. He is almost 50% in his career. 50. He's 46.7% in the shootout. And then Texier with the French poke move. I don't know if you saw the highlight, but like he has his like signature move where he goes one-handed, taps it in, and goes 5-hole.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. He's done it. He's done it multiple times in Columbus, and we win 2-1 in the shootout. I think Matthews scored one, but Dobish shuts the door on Tavares, and
sweet.
We win against Toronto for the first time
at
Scotiabank Arena in 11 games, which is or 12 games. And you love to see it. And I think we have a pretty encouraging back-to-back today. I don't know who's starting, but it would be cool if Dobish has the endurance to start. But I don't think
you're playing like the really bad Blues team. I think this is one you probably just give to Monty and hope nothing bad happens.
This is a game. If Monty starts, he's got to shut it down. Like, it's one of the.
Does that make your job harder though? Like, what if he's lights out, gets a shutout? I think you still got to ride Dobish.
Yeah, I mean,
it's like the Blues.
If I'm the Blues, and we've been in this position before, we're such a bottom league team, like usually, I would actually feel confident to win against, like, the Habs because. I feel like a looser game when you know to exploit the goalie, I guess. I don't know. It does depend on the goalie starts a lot of the time, and Monty's just an easy target. Like he's Skinner.
Yeah.
He's like in fact the same, if not worse than Skinner in terms of stats. He's like if he is better, it's just like only slightly better. So it's tough. I don't know. Edmonton mentioned taking Monty before. Like, there's rumors of that.
You don't want to do that swap, though.
But no, we don't want to do that swap.
Definitely
and
not.
Another rumor, though, one last thing, is Phil Deneau.
Back reunion.
But he's been not doing well in LA.
Yeah, but
he has 4 assists, 0 goals in 27 games.
Change of scenery needed. That was a guy.
He was a guy. He's 32 years old, center. I mean, I wouldn't complain unless we give up something really.
Yeah, what would you give? That's the problem. He's going to be a top target if he's on the move because everyone going into playoffs needs centers.
I wouldn't want to give up Doc. Like, I wouldn't want to give up Newhook.
Really?
Yeah.
Not Doc. Doc's just like injured all the time.
No, I'd rather Doc than Danault at this point.
Wow.
I still have hope for him. For me, he's got a couple more tries on the roster before I really just like I'm not giving up on him because I think before he got injured he was playing really really well. So we'll see how it goes. But I'm lukewarm on Danault, but I wouldn't mind if it came at a good price. But we'll see.
Cool. Is that it?
Yep, that's it.
Great. Thank you so much for watching. Tune in next week. We'll be back.
Thanks, guys.